Sunny Sparkle by Misty Bright Dawn. The beautiful warm sun shines on Maritime Bay, creating a beautiful spring morning for its citizens. Every pony can be seen slowly waking up to start their day, to get to their daily chores and to begin school. Among them is a small earth pony with purple mane who goes by Sunny Star Scout. About a year ago, Sunny reunited the three pony nations, Earth, Pegasi and Unicorn. She helped to return magic back to Equestria, and in return, she made some friends herself. Sunny, along with her foalhood friend, Hitch Trailblazer, formed friendships with the unicorn Izzy Moonbow, and twins Pip and Zip. Sunny eventually came out of her room and sat down at the breakfast table. Her friends were busy today, so none of them gathered around the table with her. She got up from her seat and decided to make the beloved breakfast pancakes herself. As she was gathering ingredients for the batter in the kitchen, Sunny's eyes fell upon an old photo of her father, taken when she was a filly. She held it to her hoop and looked at it longingly. "Dad, I wish you were still here," Sunny said to herself. She continues what she's doing. After she's gathered milk, the box of pancake mix, eggs and a cup of water, she begins to pour each ingredient into a bowl, one by one. Once she mixed the ingredients to its desired texture, she mixed it twice more to rid of the slight batter lumps. She already set aside the pan for the pancakes, and while gathering ingredients earlier, Sunny turned on the heat to the stove to preheat the pan. These pancakes are going to smell good," she said with glee. The pancake eventually heated up a few seconds later, so she was able to pour in 2 imperfect circles of batter at a time. Noticing how imperfect the shape was, Sunny gave a little chuckle. She decides to use the rest of the batter, hoping to make enough pancakes for her friends later during the day. When she was done using up all of the batter, she continued to flip pancakes until she could flip no more. After spending half an hour prepping pancakes, she eventually gathers all the fully prepared goodies and wraps them in clear food wrap. "This should keep it nice and fresh," Sunny said to herself. She then sets the pancakes into the fridge immediately to take out for later. After a satisfying breakfast for herself, she heads down to the next part of her house to explore, the rooms. Near Sunny's room, there was a bigger room once belonging to her father a few years ago. Sunny went into her father's old dusty room and slowly opened the rather worn down door with her hoop. The room was full of notebooks, including maps and signs of old Equestria. Sunny and her father used to always research about the Equestria's past and what happened to the friendships among the pony folk. Unfortunately, they never came to any conclusion, making Sunny depressed. Sunny looked at the faded photo of her father, one taken on his wedding day. The photo was so old that she could not make out her father's face, even the pony next to him. As she looked at the photo closely, a thought came to Sunny's mind. Who was my mother? How come I don't know anything about her? Thinking about this made Sunny sadder and more confused. I must go someplace else to think this over. Being here in my father's room won't help. She gathered her saddlebag, fills it with her main essentials and heads out the door. Sunny then closes the door behind her after making her exit. A little later, Sunny arrives at the porch overlooking the clear blue sea. The cool spring breeze was blowing in her face as the sound of the sea waves calmed Sunny's mind. As she closed her eyes to enjoy the euphoria for a second, she opens her eyes to a sudden purple light in the distance. Sunny jumps in surprise as she observes the purple light covering the entire bay. The purple aura eventually envelops together into the form of a tall alicorn. The sight of the aura was heavenly. Sunny couldn't believe who she was seeing directly in front of her. It was the former princess of Equestria, Twilight Sparkle. Princess Twilight Sparkle, Sunny gasped. The one and only, the purple alicorn replied. You must be Sunny Starscout, I presume. Princess Twilight then walks closer to Sunny. A strange shock comes to her. How did my own role model know my name all this time? She's never even met me. Sunny replied to Twilight in a shy tone. Yes, I'm Sunny, but how do you know my name? Twilight just smiled. I knew your mother, Sunny. When I saw your appearance from afar earlier by the bay, I had a feeling you looked a lot like her. Sunny looked at Twilight dumbfounded. You knew my mother? But how? The princess took a deep breath. I knew all the guardians of the three crystals. Your mother was one of them, Sunny. Twilight continued her sentence. She was a very kind pony and a very beautiful unicorn. Sunny was speechless. My mother was a unicorn? Twilight answered her with a slight chuckle. Yes, Sunny. Is that why my father didn't tell me anything about my mother? Was he ashamed to admit it because they were two different species? I always knew she was from Bridalwood. Is that why she sent me to live in Maritime Bay with my father? Because I was born an earth pony? Thoughts of hatred filled Sunny's whole being, but the princess's answer was the only thing that could calm her down. Twilight gently put a hoof on Sunny's shoulder to reassure her. You're right about one thing. You're no ordinary horse. You're an alicorn now. Those words almost calmed Sunny. I need to know. You said my mother was one of the three guardians of the crystal, right? Twilight nodded as she placed a hoof off of Sunny's shoulder. Yes, Sunny. After the separation of Pegasi, Unicorn and Earth Ponies, I had no choice but to choose a guardian for each of the crystals. But because the guardians were not eternal, a replacement had to be chosen. One of them was your mother, Sunny. The spiritual holographic form of Princess Twilight slowly begins to fade. Princess, why are you disappearing? Every word Twilight tried to say slowly became fainter. I don't have much time left, Sunny. Take care of yourself. Be careful of any negative thoughts and energies you may encounter. Villains will do anything to make you lose your character and be able to infiltrate you. Look out for Izzy. Twilight Sparkle's face became pale. No, Princess, don't go. Please tell me who this villain is. What happened in Equestria's past? Why should I take care of Izzy? Please don't go. Who am I? Princess, please, I have so many questions. All Sunny could hear was the princess's face give her a faint whisper. You must discover yourself, Sunny. Not everything is supposed to be known. Sometimes you must research the unknown to reach the unknown. You are now a new guardian of the crystal. Find yourself, Sunny. Sunny Sparkle. The princess's face completely disappeared and Sunny was left alone on the porch. The events of today left her mind clouded. Whatever Twilight told her, it was going to be a lot to think about. But all of this would become clear over time, and all Sunny needed was a little patience. As Sunny was staring into space, some pony's hoof tapped her, bringing her back to reality. Hey Sunny, we're done with our task for this morning. Let's go over to your place and eat those pancakes, Zip said. Zip, along with Pip and Izzy, trotted off to Sunny's house for breakfast. A little later, they arrived at Sunny's place and gathered around the breakfast table. The smell of pancakes filled the whole room. Today's morning was sure an eventful one. Or is it? A few kilometres away, on the other side of the old fences, was the old city of Canterlot. Next to the ivy-coloured palace was a stained glass window containing a purple unicorn with a cream mane, along with a pink unicorn beside the alicorn. It was a work of glass, a work of art that might reveal all things, all the secrets of Equestria. Meanwhile, in a dark palace located near a valley, there lived a blue unicorn and a purple alicorn who had seen everything and heard everything that happened from a bird's eye view. One day I will become powerful, Sunny. You will see, then all of Equestria will kneel before me, and I will finally rule above all. As the young blue unicorn watched her adoptive mother, a sinister laugh echoed the room. Would her mother manage to rule Equestria one day? Would she finally be able to get her cutie mark? Why did the mother of this blue unicorn show herself to Sunny? All these questions occupied Misty's mind. All secrets will be revealed one day, and nothing will ever remain behind the scenes. This was something Misty knew, and was waiting to find the answers to her questions.
Flying above the sun, flying above the sun. Can't see myself, can't see